Do you want to do the honors?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Rod Pod. This is season 2 for us. We started this pod last year in March, and we're in season 2.
Yeah, so we had an impromptu season finale, and we'll get into that down the road, the details. But basically, our last episode was back in October.
Yes,
I think, right?
it was with Ani, our daughter's vocal coach.
Yeah, and that was a good episode. I liked it. So our unexpected break had nothing to do with that episode. Basically, the long and short of it is the Rodriguezes have been going through it in the past 6 months, right? No, like 4. Mm-hmm. Each of us going through our different little trials and tribulations, to which the details we'll get into down the road. But you and I, we didn't really address the end, or not the end, but the fact that we stopped
Right.
for a few months because I think we were just all in survival mode. But the podcast was always on my heart. I know it was always on yours.
Yes.
And it wasn't ever going to be a thing like, oh, we're done now. We're never going to pick it back up again. It's just things got a little hectic all of a sudden. And not that things were more important, but things were more important a little bit.
Yes, for sure. There is a set of priorities.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you want to speak to our MIA period?
Yeah, no, I think we all go through seasons that sometimes you just need a break because there's other things, in our life that have unexpectedly come in that you have no control over. And I know that you all can relate to that as well. And sometimes we just need a time to refocus, reset, and reprioritize, what's important to us as individuals, but really as a whole, as a family. And definitely we, not that we put this on the back burner, it just needed to be on hold and just take a short break to reset, refocus, because really the heart of our family is to help people be reconciled back to the Father. That's the whole premise of really our family and this podcast, and sharing our personal stories, others' personal stories, in hopes that someone can relate in some aspect. Because I think that when we bring the realness, the humanness to, our stories, other people's stories, other people can really jive with that and know that they're not alone going through just life, right? Life happens.
Yeah. So, also, we haven't addressed this in the past couple of minutes. You can see us.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So our first ever video podcast. I'm just testing some of my ragtag gear. As you can see, lavaliers aren't really what I would like to be using, but I didn't tell my mom to bring her podcasting equipment, which, we're in the same room. We typically record over video conference. We're in the same room now.
Yeah.
So that's a first. So I don't know if are you able to speak as to what you're doing here in the same room as me?
Yes. So at the time of recording this, we're towards the end of the month of January. Annika and myself, you can see Annika's in the back. Annika and Anna, they're back here. They are crocheting.
Let's say hello to the crochet ladies.
Hi. Bonjour.
They're watching Trolls right now, and they've been crocheting for 2 hours.
And since this is, I'll head back to why we're here. But since this is our family, so we want to make things as like a regular another day with our family here, doing normal things. If they need to get up and get something to eat at the kitchen, so we want to bring you in to our family unit here. So
At least for this episode.
Yeah.
Again, this is a trial run. Like we were just throwing this together. Also, we just missed doing this, so I'm like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't need to be fine tuned quite yet. Just testing the essentials of what we
Right.
have. I don't even know if these loveliers are going to last very long, so we're kind of just racing against that right now.
practice.
So we're jumping in head first back into this. I don't have any particular itinerary. Catching up will be a little vague for now, for me at least. But I can say that through the most recent trial that Anna and I, our side of the family, has been going through, through all of it, I'm still very grateful and feel very blessed to be in the position that we are in our lives still. This is our living room in our home in Arizona. And work-wise, Anna's been great. I've been great as well. We still feel very blessed and privileged to be in our particular roles. So with a healing heart, I feel a lot of gratitude still in this new year.
For sure. And going back to one of the reasons that Annika and I are here, well, first of all, we miss them tremendously. We hadn't seen them since Christmas of 2023. So we were ready to see Anna and brother. And so I had booked plane tickets for us a couple months back. But at the same time, with a hidden agenda to find an apartment out here. So that's what I've been doing since we've been out here. We've been out here just for like a few days now. So the intention is to find an apartment because we are ready to be close to brother and Anna again. And it's been, when did you guys move out from California? In 2020?
Yep.
So it's been 5 years since we have physically lived in the same city. And we just miss them. We want to be close to them. And thankfully, because of the type of business that my husband and I have, we can just up and move. And so if you can just keep us in prayer concerning travel and move here and finding a location and job. Like I'm currently looking for a job. I will still help my husband with the business, but it'll just help all together with the transition. So those are our current plans as of recording this podcast right now.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be cool to see, down the line.
Yeah.
Looking back at this episode.
And we finally get to do this in person more often. So
the idea, I don't like making promises.
Yeah.
But the idea is to work on this, not set, but this setup. You guys probably don't care. I care though. And it'll take a while for us to look the way that I would like us to look. But
we have to start somewhere.
yeah, we're starting somewhere. So this is a special episode on many accounts. And we were brainstorming earlier today of this is our first on-camera appearance podcast. We should do all the fun stuff and funny videos and all that.
Food,
food. I wanted to do all that today, but we're just gonna.
It's a lot.
Ease into it. Yeah, because just setting this up alone, while simple, took a little bit. So we'll stop boring you with technical stuff. It's just on my mind still. But we're excited. I'm excited to be back. There's a lot of people in our community here in Arizona that would be thrilled and honored to, and that we would be thrilled and honored to have on the podcast in person with us. So that's definitely in our plans in the near future. Possibly even having the podcast elsewhere. The set, I have one particular place in mind. Hopefully, we get to move there. And here I am again talking about it. But we're excited. I'm excited for the in-person aspect. I think the over video conference audio only era might be almost completely behind us. But it was still good.
For sure.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Like we had, or not you, I don't want to speak for you, but for me, like I just didn't know how it was going to turn out. If there was going to be any sort of
response.
No, not response. Just like if it was going to hinder any connection with the people we spoke with you and I. With you and I, it's different, but some of the people I was meeting for the first time or haven't seen in a while. And so I thought it would be difficult to connect with fellow believers hundreds of miles apart. But it was still amazing.
Yeah,
we have so, I mean, every one of our guests that we interviewed, I'm so grateful for all of you that agreed to bless us with your time and your vulnerability. And there's a couple of lost episodes out there that I really wish we could have back, and that was due to the technical aspect of the program we were using. Again, I'm talking about the ins and outs behind the scenes. But it just, I'm grateful for all of it. And I'm also grateful that we can step into this new phase of our production. Because it's been great. It's a great project. You and I have done a lot of media-based projects.
We have.
And a part of me was a little disappointed in myself that the podcast had started to feel like another project that we never continued on.
Right.
After the events through the fall of 2024. In thinking about the podcast and starting it up again, I was like, I don't want this to be another project. So, I mean, maybe it is, and that's also fine. But I'm excited.
For sure. And I think if anything, we are documenting where we are currently at in each kind of phase of life at this current time. And it's like, they're like home videos. We can like reflect back and go back and just see where we were at. And at the same time, what God was doing in our life at that time. So it's a nice, if anything, it's a nice time for us to go back and reflect as well. So yeah, I agree. Sometimes when when we have started something, or maybe I have started something, it abruptly ends, and I tend to move on to the next project. But this, for sure, we wanted to like bring back and not just bring back audio, but virtual as well. So, or visual.
So, without getting into the more emotional details, how have you been?
Yeah, no, being here, it's been very peaceful, and there's something different about seeing you like physically than seeing you like, via FaceTime and stuff. So, and Anna too. So it's always a nice change when you're able to like change your environment, your scenery, and then just, and see familiar faces, people who really know you, who know all your quirks. And so yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome being here.
What have we been doing since you guys what have we done? We've tried to do activities every day you've been here.
Well, let's go backwards. Like just this morning, you guys took us to a farmer's market.
Yep.
It was awesome. Like, loved it. Like, it was interesting. There's lots of booths selling pet treats. So that was like, I think, a lot of, and maybe Arizona, not only Arizona, but like I'm sure other places are like this too, where like pets are priority. So that was interesting. We had coffee. Oh, Anik and I had some meat empanadas. So good. And what else did we eat? Oh, Thai. We had some Thai food.
Oh, but you finessed your way into some Thai. How did that happen?
Oh yeah, well, this Annika was looking at those little charms for your, what are those shoes called? Crocs. And
Oh, isn't it like giblets?
giblets?
Gibbets?
Is that what it's called?
What is it called? Gibbets.
Gibbets. Is that the correct name?
Yeah.
I did not know
Sounds
that.
like a slur.
Did not know that. And anyhow, she was occupied looking at that. This gentleman came up to me that is running his own, by himself, his own little Thai booth, Thai food. And he came up to me, he asked me if there was any like coffee anywhere. And I said, I don't know, I'm looking as well. And he said, well, let me know when you find, and I'm like, you know what, let me just, if I find it, I'm just going to bring it to you. What do you want? And so Anik and I, shortly after that, left, got some coffee for ourselves, for him. And he was so grateful when I brought it to him that he basically gave me chicken skewers. And how were they, brother?
They were really good. They tasted like what I made last night.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Barbecue. He
Yeah.
barbecues. So-
I just got into barbecuing. And that's another aspect of one of my hobbies in the past few months that I've developed. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, it was a great farmer's market. The area is beautiful. It was really nice. And then kind of just working backwards, yesterday, Brother and Anna took myself and Annika to our first escape room. Like, we didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to one, never experienced one. And the theme was like a Mission Impossible type
Yeah, spy themed.
a spy themed escape room. So
it was Illusions escape room. I think they've won a couple of awards in
really?
town.
Okay.
For the escape room community.
You've been to a few.
A lot with Anna and friends, mainly in Phoenix, some in out of state, and that's kind of like a casual, occasional hobby of ours. It's just fun. It's like worth it. Typically it's like $30-$40 a head, and you get to choose what room you want to do, what theme, and every room is different, but you start to pick up like the techniques that the owners do when it comes to how to solve the clues and the puzzles, and so Anna and I, we're seasoned vets, but Mom, you and Ani, you had no idea what you were getting into, but you guys both did good.
Yeah, Ani did good. Ani did
Yeah.
like, I was like, I immediately freeze up and I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for.
Yeah, we probably burned through like 10 plus clues or hints. We had to wave at the camera regularly, so we got held up.
We were running out of time. It
yeah.
is timed.
Yeah, so we don't want to give away the particular layout of the room, because I would encourage visiting it, but it's really good. If you were to go again, what kind of themed room would you want to do?
It would be fun to do like a medieval. Yeah, if that's an option.
That one has one.
Oh, okay.
We've done medieval, gold mine, Candyland, which I did bad at. I'm very colorblind. Now all of the puzzles were color based, so I was just standing there for like an hour, useless. What else have we done, babe? What other kind of escape rooms have we done?
We've done a Treasure Island one.
Treasure Island.
We've done mining one.
Mining.
We've done like a haunted mansion one.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh.
scary. Yeah. So they're all variety.
Okay.
The variability is also in the amount of rooms per themed room that you get to be in, and that's a question we always ask the hosts: is how many rooms is this? And they say, well, I don't know, and that can mean one of two things: they just don't want to give away how many rooms to expect to go in,
Yeah.
or there isn't another room to go into. So it like psychs you out even more because you're just in one room solving everything. So it's fun, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun.
And we left the room with a minute to spare. So that was probably the closest
Yes.
we've ever gotten to the time expiring.
Yeah.
We failed one before.
Oh yeah, we failed. And the hostesses were very courteous to us.
They
and,
were.
almost freely giving hints without us even asking when we were getting stuck. So great experience. Highly recommend it. We are not sponsored.
Yeah. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. But if they would like to, we're available.
For sure. We had ice cream afterwards.
Oh yeah, ice cream. Yeah.
That was
Right.
good.
Yeah.
The ice cream was good.
I'm finding I'm not like a huge ice cream fanatic. Like it is good. It's weird. I never thought I would be almost borderline indifferent about food, especially like objectively like good food like sweet treats. But like I don't really crave ice cream, and maybe it's just because it's
So what would have been something you preferred?
wings.
Wait, that's not a dessert, but that
It is
you
for
just
me.
want.
You can have sweet wings, sweet tangy wings.
Maybe we can do our next like episode or two with like wing tasting.
Yeah, a little bit ASMR. We could piss off our viewers a little. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
And I'll annoy the listeners with my
wings are like the most unattractive food to eat. So, like,
we'll definitely have to have like different mics.
this isn't. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not doing this again. This was just what we have on hand.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But I'm just saying because
I'm not
we need-
trying to impress you guys, but I'm ashamed of myself for doing this. Anyway,
No.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So yeah, we'll do food tasting.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And apply that to the Bible, I guess. I don't know. Is there chicken wings in the Bible ever? Isn't that what's manna?
Oh, that's
that
bread.
Oh,
Quail.
quail.
They had quail
Okay.
in the desert.
Okay,
I'm sure it tastes like chicken too.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? What else did we do? Walking it back.
Let's see. Walking a bit. That was Friday, Thursday. What did we do? What did we have? Oh, we had Pasola. Thursday.
Yeah.
You made Pasola
Yeah.
for us. We had Pasola Rojo on Thursday. So good. And then Wednesday, because we arrived Wednesday, and you took us to like this great little hole in the wall hamburger joint.
Oh yeah. Wally
Yeah.
Wally Burger.
Yeah.
Very cool mom and pop place. Do people get offended? Like, do certain businesses get offended if you call them mom and pop?
I don't think so.
Okay, because the connotation of that probably could sound like probably a little insulting. I don't
Really?
know. What do you think of mom and pop? What does that mean to you?
Like locally private owned.
Like, would you consider dad's business like mom and pop?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so.
All right, cool.
I mean, at
I
least
just don't want to be disparaging of that business if they were to ever, they won't, but
it's, I
if they
mean,
were to ever see
it's
this.
not a franchise, so it would have to be a mom and pop.
Okay. All right, cool. It's family run. Like, it's very clearly like a family run business.
But what's unique about it?
It's comic book themed. So they have a pretty big space, like dining space.
Right.
So it's pretty impressive. It's very unassuming, like on the outside.
Yeah. You don't know what it is from the outside.
well, I mean, there's like signage and stuff, but you walk into like the main lobby area where you order and everything, and then you go into the larger dining area, and all of the walls are lined with classic arcade games that are all free, and they have screens everywhere, TV screens that are always playing a movie.
Yeah.
Marvel, DC, probably Star Wars, and then they have relevant decorations like everywhere and statues and stuff. And the food, what would you say the food is? How would you categorize
It's like it's like smash burger style burgers, right?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No?
No, I would just say like it feels like food that you would hope to eat at the fair
Oh, yeah.
instead of like overpriced, overcooked food.
Right.
Like, a county fair. So like good junk food. Like it's like really good junk food.
Right. They make they instead of like regular hamburger buns, they use the Hawaiian rolls. So
Yeah,
you get like
that helps too.
Yeah. So like the sweetness.
Yeah. And you can like it's like on a grid of 4 buns put to,
4 buns.
left together, so you can like cut sections.
Yeah.
And then they do like fried desserts, like fried Oreo stuff and Twinkies.
Right. Yeah, we didn't
which
do that.
I can't.
Yeah. The fries were like,
Yeah.
enough.
It's definitely like very indulgent. But it's a treat. They're a cool place. That was only my second time going. So it'll be like a once in a blue moon for Anna and I. It's not too far
It's
from
a
us.
nice treat.
Yeah. That was Wednesday. That was the first
Wednesday.
day? Okay. And then that was it.
Yeah.
And visited my place of work, which will not be named. But it was cool getting to show you around, show you what I get to do. Some of the people that I got to work with got to meet you.
Can we share what industry you work in?
Sure. Yeah.
Film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's broad,
Yeah.
but it is film related, and we've mentioned that before.
Oh, okay.
So that was our week, or at least our week together, right?
Yes.
How did your week start? Because it was looking grim for a little. Because we've been planning this trip for a while now,
Yes.
a couple months.
So about a week ago today, because today's Saturday. Yeah, a week ago today, because we are not currently now, but Annika and myself, my husband, are living in Texas. We're in Southeast Houston area. And as of like last weekend, we were expecting a storm and snow. And that doesn't happen in that area, like at all. So just random snowstorm that was expected to come in. And so we knew last Saturday that it was coming. And then Sunday, our flight was canceled. And I was devastated. And I was just on standby waiting for them to reschedule. And they did. So originally our flight was scheduled to depart on Tuesday, but it got canceled, rescheduled for Wednesday. And so I was a happy mama. But Monday, temperature started to drop. By Monday night, I think by like 9 o'clock that night, you can start to see the snow coming down. So, and what's kind of unique about our situation is, snow and RV living is quite the challenge. We are full-time RVers right now, and just getting that prepped for for ourselves. And then my husband is helping other people as well. He was very busy and I was busy just getting ready for our trip, making sure he had everything that he needed. So yeah, that was interesting. And Tuesday morning we woke up and there was about 5 inches of snow, like just everywhere. And which at the same time was awesome for our daughter, Annika, because she had never experienced snow like that. She's always experienced like the aftermath of like just ice. So her being able to see actually like it was physically snowing. She saw snow everywhere. She got to make snowman. It was like fresh, real snow. So yeah, that was nice for her. So being delayed a day, it worked out. It worked out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a little worried it wasn't going to happen. You've been kind of mentioning this lately of like having high expectations for things, and it not working out, and it was starting to feel like that.
Yeah.
It was getting dangerously close to things not working out.
Yeah.
So very grateful that we got to do this. It was good timing for us too.
Yeah.
We're due for some more visitors in the coming weeks. So good time to visit. Great weather, decent weather for Phoenix.
Yes.
It's a little chilly the way I like it. The weather's been like a little moody today, overcast. But what's else on the agenda for the trip here?
So tonight we get to go to Dave & Buster's because Ani's been wanting to go.
Yep.
And then are we going to dinner tonight? Is it tonight? Tomorrow?
We're cooking dinner here.
What do we?
We'll do
Oh,
dinner
that's right.
first.
That's right. I'm going to make,
Tortilla soup.
oh yeah, chicken tortilla soup.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make that tonight for dinner.
Which do we have what we need?
Yeah. Yeah, we have everything.
Okay.
Yeah. We have everything. And tomorrow, church,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then we get to do a photo shoot. Annika and myself, brother's going to take our pictures, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've never done that before. Like we've never done a photo shoot.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun and awkward, but you'll have to just
It'll be easy.
yeah, I'll go with the flow.
Yeah.
And Sunday night, that's dinner. We're going to dinner.
Yeah, we'll go out.
Yeah, we're going to go out Sunday night.
I don't have anything else planned for
Yeah.
the 3 days after when you guys are here.
Really
so
just
what?
two, because Monday and Tuesday we'll be here, and then Wednesday morning
Oh, morning.
you got to drop us off at the
Okay.
airport. So
We'll just cool down and relax.
yes, yeah, for sure. So
What's Dad been up to in your absence?
working, he is
Yeah.
working. He's had to turn down a couple jobs because we have a dog. Her name is Luna. She's a giant German Shepherd, and she has attachment issues. So if anyone's looking for a dog, we are offering her because she just needs people that can give her a little bit more time and affection, and we have so much going on. So he's had to turn down a couple of jobs, just to make sure that she's like emotionally okay. So, but other than that, he's been working. If it's a quick job, he'll just take her with him, which he can't do for like every job. But anyhow, he's been working. I know he's missing us, but he's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. You have the Bible out. Do you want to get into anything in particular? This is a faith-based podcast after all.
I just wanted to get your thoughts, like initial thoughts. So this week I was reading through the first couple of chapters of Exodus. I follow the Bible reading. It's called it's a weekly Torah portion. So it does follow the first 5 books in the Bible, but I also follow a reading that connects the New Testament to the Old Testament as well. And this particular New Testament verse is found in Luke chapter 11, verse 14. And I'm just going to read it. And I want you to give me your initial thoughts, because I was kind of just pondering this particular event. So the title of this paragraph is called Jesus and I think it's Beelzebul, something like that. Anyhow, so I'm going to read it. Now he was casting out a demon. This is Jesus. Now he was casting out a demon that was mute. When the demon had gone out, the mute man spoke, and the people marveled. But some of them said, he cast out demons by Beelzebul, the prince of demons, while others, to test him, kept seeking from him a sign from heaven. Anyhow, I'm not going to read any further. But the first line says, now he was casting out a demon that was mute. When the demon had gone out, the mute man spoke, and the people marveled. Does does anything come to mind?
Not really.
Because when I think of someone have you experienced someone who has obvious like demons?
No, actually,
No.
I don't think I have. Is there anyone that I've met had some?
Of a relative.
What?
But I think we tried. It was more. We had exposure to this person when you guys were younger, and we tried to protect you guys and not put you in environments with this person.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
So
Is it someone it would make sense?
yes.
Okay. I don't know.
Yes.
All
So
right.
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to share who it is because just being respectful but for me, when I think of when someone has like a demon, typically they are loud, and obnoxious, and
I mean, that could be a whole country's
I know.
possessed if that's the case.
I know. I mean, and sometimes people are influenced
Sure.
by that.
Sure.
But I don't think when I think of someone being possessed by like a demon or like some type of demonic spirit, I don't think of them as being mute. I think of them as like my experience has been that they are just
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
that they're just really
Yeah.
loud and like they can't stop talking about it's more of like an angry.
So the general course of action for demons is to use a person as like a vessel to spread evil, versus in this passage they're probably keeping someone from speaking like good into the world.
Yeah, that's how I understood it.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's how I
That makes
understood it.
sense.
Like, what's that? I'm trying to think of like that phrase that, like someone who doesn't speak up when they're supposed to is just as bad as what is that phrase? I'm just totally chopping it up. But when you're in a situation and you know what's the right thing to say or do and you don't do it, that's it's just as bad as doing. I can't. I'm totally chopping up that whatever.
Inaction. I'm not quoting it. I'm just
Right.
saying, defining it like inaction amidst evil is just as evil.
Yeah, exactly. It's just as evil. It's like you're
Okay.
complying
Yeah.
with whatever that situation is.
Apathy amidst injustice
Yes.
is still injustice. I don't know if that
And-
makes sense.
So yeah, that when I read that, now he was casting out a demon that was mute. When the demon had gone out, the mute man spoke. And I was just pondering at this week. I'm I wonder how many people are afraid, because typically fear is obviously not from the Lord, but when you're supposed to say something, but fear comes over you because you're afraid what other people are going to think about you and how it's going to make you look. If that's if that's all based off fear and you're not able to say something or speak up, like, I wonder if that falls into the category of you being like having a mute spirit over you. Like, I'm not saying that's what it is, but I wonder if it can fall into that box. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That was kind of like this week in my reading. Out of everything that I read, that's what I was stuck on this week and I think maybe it spoke to me because that's my whole mantra. Like, personal is like, if I have something to say, I'm going to say it, because when I was little, just to give you a quick recap, when I was little, I was sexually abused and I was instructed not to say anything to anybody. And eventually I did. That information came out. But since then, I have always made a promise to myself that I'm not going to let anyone mute or, tell me to be quiet if I need to say something. Of course, I'm not going to be like disrespectful or out of line or obnoxious, but I'm going to, if I see something wrong, like an injustice, like, I'm going to say something. I'm going to speak up and say something or try to help that person if it's in my ability to do so. So I think that's why, I've read this story before, this event, but this time I was looking at it at a different light. And that's what I love about the word, is because I guess, depending on what season of life we're in, what's going on in our personal lives, it's like God wants to show us something different every time we're reading. So, I don't think we can ever, as believers, I don't think we can ever come to a place that say like, I've read that and I have arrived and I know the Bible stories, because it's going to be different. Like, it's going to be different every time. Mm-hmm. So anyhow, there's I'll step off my little soapbox now.
No, that was good. Thank you for sharing that. It's very unexpected.
Yeah.
When did you find that?
I think I read this before we left. So like Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like Tuesday morning I was reading. I try to do my reading like in the morning and before like my day starts early anyhow. But I read, and I was just sitting on that all week. Mm-hmm. Like, this is very interesting. And, I'm definitely not that believer that reads 10 chapters or 10 pages a day. That's not me. Like, my mind needs time to process what I'm reading, and I want to remember, and I want to just kind of meditate and think on what, Lord, what are you trying to show me during this time? And so this particular verse in Luke 11, chapter 14, it's really like 3 verses, but I was really just focused on the very first one. And sometimes that's okay if that's where we're at for the entire week and just meditating on that. I don't think there's no, there's no standard. Like, you allow the Lord to speak to you. And if but if that's you, like, if he may want to speak to you 10 pages later or 10 chapters later. So I think we definitely all need to be led by the Spirit. Mm-hmm. So that's my 2 cents.
Nice. Cool. We're almost approaching an hour.
Wow.
But before we close, it's January 25th. Yep, 25th. Mm-hmm. So beginning of 2025.
Episode 1.
Episode 1 of
Season 2.
Be as specific as you would like, or not. What are your aspirations for this year, whether it's logistical, spiritual, or personal?
Logistically, it'd be nice to, if you are in the Arizona area, Phoenix in particular, we'd love to have you on the pod and just talk. We can talk, we can order food and just chat. And obviously you're going to be, recorded. So if that's you, reach out to us. You can call us, you can text us, or reach out in our socials. This year for me, like, my goal is this is going to sound funny, but like, move slowly. Like, I just feel like the Lord's telling me to move slowly and not to like, not move at all, because that's not me, but I just be more thoughtful and intentional on the decisions I make and where like my thoughts are going to. But as far as like the pod, like I'm just looking forward to sharing more of the word and how it's connecting to our lives, what the Lord is doing in our lives through his word.
That's good.
Did you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, it's a stable year ahead of Anna and I. I would hope it is. Of course, anything can happen. But the ship is leveling out for us in the months to come in terms of day-to-day life, logistical things. And so it would be my hope that after a 4-year long period of fight or flight for us, we've moved 4 times, I think, in the past 4 years that we've been married. So, and then both of us have had a couple of jobs. So it would be my hope that things just stay the same in terms of like home life, so that like there can be less chaos on that end of our life, and we can not only just be ready but be like proactive about how we approach God's plan for us, instead of just like the survival mode, trying to just go out of our own lives and be of service to the kingdom, however God sees fit, however we are led to, try to give ourselves to the world, our community around us even.
We got 2 minutes.
It's okay.
The battery?
The battery.
Yeah, the battery.
I haven't been able to see it. Okay. So yeah, that's the short and long of it for my side. But let's wrap it up. We're back. Very glad to be back.
Yeah.
And you will see a lot more of us in the, I don't know, weeks or so to come. I don't know if we can do this regularly quite yet. But just be on the lookout. This will be on YouTube, ideally, but audio listeners, we still have you on our hearts and minds, so you can still get us on the usual outlets there. So, Mom, you could wrap it up if you would like.
Reach out to us if you would like to be interviewed, if you're in our area, obviously. And thank you for joining us on our first episode, season 2 of the Rod Pod.
Good to see you guys, and good for you to see us. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye.